So let's continue, because the body has even more ways of telling you it's dehydrated, and most of us walk right past these warnings. One of the strongest and most obvious signs shows up in your urine. Healthy, well-hydrated urine is usually pale yellow, almost clear. When your body is running low on fluids, your kidneys try to hold on to as much water as possible, and the result is dark, concentrated urine. It's one of the easiest checks you can do daily, yet many people ignore it. If you notice your urine is consistently dark, that is, your body waving a giant red flag saying, "I need water." Ignoring this can lead to kidney stones, infections, and other painful issues. It's amazing how something so simple can reveal so much about what's going on inside your body. Another overlooked sign is rapid heartbeat or dizziness. When you're dehydrated, your blood volume drops. This means less blood is circulating to carry oxygen and nutrients. To compensate, your heart beats faster, trying to push what little fluid is left through your system. That's why you may suddenly feel your pulse racing or experience dizziness when you stand up too quickly. Many people chalk this up to blood pressure problems, but in reality, dehydration could be the culprit. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Water is what keeps your blood flowing freely, and without enough of it, your circulation struggles. Now let's talk about something most people would never connect to dehydration: sugar cravings. Yes, you heard that right. When your body is dehydrated, it struggles to release glycogen from your liver, which is your stored form of energy. This can trick your brain into thinking you need sugar for energy, when in reality, you just need water. So the next time you find yourself craving sweets out of nowhere, stop and ask yourself if you've had enough fluids. Sometimes the best way to fight sugar cravings isn't discipline, it's hydration. Think about how many people spend their lives trying to manage weight, fatigue, cravings, headaches, and brain fog, never realizing that dehydration might be quietly sitting at the root of all these struggles. This is why understanding these hidden signs is so powerful. Because the solution is often so simple. Drink more water, eat water-rich foods, and pay attention to what your body is really asking for. Now here's where things get really interesting. One of the more dangerous signs of dehydration is kidney stress. Your kidneys are the body's filters, removing toxins from your blood. But when you don't give them enough water, they can't flush waste efficiently. Over time, this increases the risk of kidney stones and chronic kidney disease. And here's the scary part. Once kidney damage begins, it's often irreversible. Doctors see this all the time, especially in older adults who don't feel thirsty and don't drink enough water throughout the day. That's why keeping your kidneys hydrated isn't just about comfort, it's about protecting your long-term health. Another dangerous effect of hidden dehydration is its impact on blood pressure. You might think drinking less water lowers pressure, but in reality, dehydration can make blood pressure less stable. With less fluid in the bloodstream, your body releases hormones like vasopressin to try to hold on to water. These hormones also constrict blood vessels, leading to higher blood pressure. So a lack of hydration can quietly increase your risk of heart disease and stroke. It's a chain reaction most people don't even suspect, yet it starts with something as simple as not drinking enough water. Let's pause for a moment here. Imagine how many of the issues we've just talked about — fatigue, mood swings, digestive problems, cramps, headaches, sugar cravings, kidney stress, and even blood pressure — are often treated with medications, supplements, or complicated diets. Yet the foundation for relief may actually start with proper hydration. That's why recognizing these 9 signs isn't just helpful, it's life-changing. It puts the power back in your hands. But remember what I said earlier. The last sign is one that most people never connect to dehydration, yet doctors see it as one of the most dangerous. It's not fatigue or dry skin. It's something deeper, something that can disguise itself as another health issue entirely. And once you understand it, you'll realize just how critical hydration is for your survival. That final sign is confusion and severe disorientation. When dehydration becomes extreme, it disrupts the balance of sodium and electrolytes in your blood. Your brain depends on these minerals to fire signals correctly. Without proper hydration, those signals become scrambled. For older adults especially, this can show up as sudden confusion, forgetfulness, or even delirium. Families sometimes mistake it for dementia or another neurological condition, when in reality, it's the brain struggling because it doesn't have the fluid it needs to function. In hospitals, doctors often check for dehydration first when a patient suddenly becomes confused. That's how critical it is. Because if left untreated, this kind of severe dehydration can even be fatal. Now, before we close, I want you to think about this. Your body is talking to you every single day. It doesn't use words, but it uses signals. Signals like fatigue, brain fog, cramps, headaches, mood swings, cravings, and confusion. Too often, we ignore these signals, or we mask them with quick fixes, never addressing the root problem. But hydration is one of the simplest, cheapest, and most effective ways to improve nearly every function in your body. The problem is, most people don't realize they're dehydrated until it's already taken a toll. That's why awareness is so important. So here's the big question. Are you drinking enough water every single day? Experts recommend about 8 glasses for the average adult, but your needs can vary depending on your age, activity level, and climate. For seniors, since the thirst signal is weaker, it's even more important to be proactive. Don't wait to feel thirsty. Make hydration a daily habit. Add water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges to your meals. Carry a water bottle with you and sip throughout the day. And if plain water feels boring, infuse it with lemon or mint to make it more enjoyable. Small habits like these can add up to big results. By now, you know the 9 hidden signs of dehydration. You've seen how it can disguise itself as fatigue, brain fog, digestive issues, dry skin, mood changes, cramps, bad breath, kidney stress, unstable blood pressure, and even dangerous confusion. These aren't random symptoms. They're your body asking for help. And the good news is, the solution is within your reach. So if you've recognized even one of these signs in yourself, don't ignore it. Start by drinking more water today. Notice how your body responds. And remember, staying hydrated isn't just about avoiding thirst. It's about protecting your energy, your mood, your brain, your heart, and your entire future. And before you go, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced any of these hidden signs of dehydration? Which one surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your story may help someone else realize what their body has been trying to tell them. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because we bring you practical, science-backed health tips to keep you strong, energized, and independent for years to come. Together, let's stay hydrated, stay healthy, and keep living life to the fullest. Have you ever felt tired, dizzy, or unable to focus, but you brushed it off as just getting older or not sleeping enough? What if I told you that many times the root cause is something so simple, yet so overlooked, that it can sneak up on you and affect your entire body without you even realizing it? I'm talking about dehydration. Most people think dehydration only happens when you're sweating buckets under the sun or after running a marathon. But the truth is, millions of people are walking around every single day slightly dehydrated and they don't even know it. And the scary part is that this quiet dehydration can slowly drain your energy, weaken your body, and even harm your organs over time if you don't catch the signs early. That's why today we're uncovering the 9 hidden signs of dehydration that often go unnoticed. And as you listen, you may realize that your own body has been giving you warnings you've ignored for years. Stick with me until the end, because the last sign I'll share is one that most doctors agree is among the most dangerous, yet very few people actually connect it with dehydration. Think about it. Water makes up nearly 60% of your body. Your brain, your heart, your muscles, even your skin, all depend on hydration to work properly. When your body doesn't get enough water, it doesn't shut down immediately. Instead, it sends quiet signals, like little red flags, hoping you'll notice. But in today's busy life, With coffee replacing water, with long hours indoors, and with age reducing our natural thirst signal, most of us completely miss those warning signs. And that's how dehydration sneaks up on us and becomes a silent problem. Now here's the thing that makes dehydration tricky. Unlike hunger, which is obvious, thirst is not always a reliable indicator. By the time you feel thirsty, you're often already behind on fluids. For older adults, this becomes even more concerning because the body's thirst mechanism weakens with age. That means you could be dehydrated and not even feel thirsty at all. So the body starts showing other symptoms, which we often misinterpret as unrelated issues. That's why understanding these hidden signs can be life-changing. Imagine you're feeling constant fatigue. You blame it on stress, age, or not enough sleep. But what if it's actually dehydration draining your cells of energy? When water levels drop, your blood volume decreases, which means your heart has to work harder to pump oxygen throughout your body. That makes you feel exhausted even when you haven't done much. It's like running a car engine without enough oil. The machine still runs, but everything inside it strains more than it should. That exhaustion isn't always just life weighing you down. Sometimes it's your body begging for water. Another overlooked signal is brain fog. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you're there? Or maybe you struggle to concentrate on simple tasks? Your brain is almost 75% water. Even mild dehydration can shrink brain tissue and slow down the connections between neurons. In simple terms, your brain cells can't fire as efficiently when you're dehydrated. That's why studies show even a 2% drop in hydration can cause noticeable problems with memory and focus. Think about that. Just a small dip in hydration, not extreme thirst, not dessert-level dehydration, but something so subtle and your brain already starts to malfunction. So the next time you catch yourself feeling mentally foggy, don't just grab another coffee. Ask yourself if you've had enough water. And it doesn't stop there. Dehydration often shows up in your skin. Many people spend money on creams and serums trying to fight dry, dull, or sagging skin. But what if the real solution was much simpler? Your skin is your body's largest organ, and it needs water to stay elastic and healthy. When you're dehydrated, your body diverts water away from less critical areas like skin to protect vital organs. That leaves your skin looking dry, flaky, and tired. Even fine lines and wrinkles can look deeper when you're dehydrated. So, while external products have their place, sometimes the glow you're looking for comes from within, from the water you drink. But perhaps one of the most surprising hidden signs is digestive trouble. Water plays a crucial role in moving food through your digestive system. Without enough of it, your intestines can't work properly, leading to constipation, bloating, and discomfort. Many people reach for fiber supplements when they struggle with digestion, not realizing that without proper hydration, that fiber just sits there and makes things worse. Hydration is like the oil that keeps the engine of digestion moving smoothly. Without it, everything slows down, and you feel the uncomfortable effects. Let me pause here for a moment because I want you to really think about something. If your body is sending these signals, fatigue, brain fog, dry skin, constipation, it's not random. It's not just age or bad luck. These are early whispers from your body saying, "Help me out. I need water." And the truth is, catching these whispers before they turn into loud, painful problems can transform how you feel daily. Now, don't go anywhere, because the next few signs we're about to explore are ones most people never link with dehydration, yet they might be happening to you right now. And one of them is so serious that it can mimic other health problems and lead to misdiagnosis if you're not careful. Another clue lies in your mood. Believe it or not, dehydration can affect how you feel emotionally. Research shows that even slight dehydration can trigger irritability, anxiety, and even feelings of sadness. That's because when the brain is underhydrated, it doesn't regulate hormones and neurotransmitters as effectively. So you might think you're just having a bad day, but your brain may actually be struggling to function without enough water. It's a subtle but powerful reminder that hydration isn't just about physical health, it's about mental well-being too. Dehydration also loves to hide in your muscles. If you've ever experienced random muscle cramps, stiffness, or joint discomfort, dehydration might be the culprit. Muscles are made up of about 75% water, and they need fluid to contract and relax properly. When you're dehydrated, electrolyte balance shifts, and your muscles don't get the nutrients they need. That's why cramps can strike suddenly, even when you're not exercising. For older adults, this can be especially dangerous because muscle weakness and cramping increase the risk of falls. Many people blame aging for muscle aches, but often it's hydration quietly at play. Now here's where it gets even more surprising. Bad breath can be a silent sign of dehydration. Saliva is your mouth's natural cleanser, washing away bacteria and keeping your breath fresh. When you don't drink enough water, saliva production drops, bacteria grow faster, and suddenly you're dealing with unpleasant breath you can't explain. Mouthwash and gum can mask it, but the real fix is hydration. This is one of those hidden signs people rarely connect to water intake, yet it makes so much sense when you think about it. And while we're on the topic of subtle signs, headaches are another big one. Dehydration causes the brain to temporarily shrink from fluid loss, pulling away from the skull and triggering pain receptors. That's why dehydration headaches can feel so intense. Many people pop a painkiller the moment a headache hits, but often a simple glass or two of water can bring relief. The challenge is that dehydration headaches mimic tension headaches or migraines, so people rarely connect the dots. By now, you can see how dehydration disguises itself, hiding behind symptoms we often blame on other causes. That's why this conversation matters. Because if you recognize these early warning signs and take action, you can prevent much bigger health issues down the road. And remember, this is just the first part of the journey. We've uncovered several surprising signs already. But there are still more to reveal, including the one I mentioned earlier that most doctors consider especially dangerous. That's coming up, and trust me, you'll want to hear it. We've uncovered the hidden signs of dehydration, but now let's go deeper into what this really means for your daily life. Because dehydration doesn't just show up as dry lips or dark urine, it changes the way you live without you even realizing it. Think about how many times you've felt exhausted halfway through the day, blaming your age, your diet, or even poor sleep. But what if the missing piece was water? Studies show that even mild dehydration, just 1 to 2% loss of body weight in fluids, can reduce your energy, lower motivation, and make physical tasks feel harder than they should. That means the difference between finishing your walk around the block with ease or struggling halfway could simply be your hydration, and it's not just your energy. Dehydration influences your brain at a deep level. Research has proven that memory, attention, and reaction time all suffer when the body doesn't have enough fluids. So if you've ever found yourself forgetting small things, losing focus, or feeling like your mind is in a fog, it may not be your age. It may be your hydration status. Imagine how much sharper and more confident you'd feel if your brain was getting exactly what it needed to function at its best. Here's something even more surprising. Dehydration affects your mood. Many people don't realize that irritability, sudden stress, or feelings of anxiety can be triggered by low fluid levels. The brain is highly sensitive to changes in water balance. When it detects even small dehydration, it reacts by increasing cortisol, the stress hormone. That's why staying hydrated doesn't just help your body, it helps keep your emotions stable, calm, and positive. Now let's look at one of the biggest problems seniors face: falls and injuries. Dehydration plays a silent role here too. When your body is short on fluids, your muscles don't work as efficiently, your reflexes slow down, and your balance is compromised. This is one of the reasons older adults who don't drink enough water are more prone to falls, which can lead to broken bones and long recoveries. Staying hydrated is one of the easiest ways to maintain balance and mobility, something every senior should keep in mind if they want to remain independent. But here's a key question. Why do so many people miss the signs of dehydration? The answer lies in how our bodies age. As we grow older, our natural sense of thirst weakens. Younger people get strong signals when they need water, dry mouth, thirst, a clear urge to drink. But seniors may not feel thirsty even when their bodies desperately need fluids. This makes dehydration one of the most common and overlooked health problems in older adults. That's why it's so important to stay ahead of it with consistent hydration habits rather than waiting for thirst to strike. And let's not forget the role of diet. Many of the foods we eat every day actually dehydrate us without us realizing it. Processed foods loaded with salt, caffeine, and alcohol all pull water out of your system. That's why someone can drink plenty of coffee or soda and still feel drained. The body doesn't count those drinks as pure hydration. Water, herbal teas, and water-rich foods are what truly replenish your system. Adding cucumbers, celery, oranges, strawberries, and watermelon to your meals is one of the easiest ways to boost hydration naturally. Now here's the big hook, because what I'm about to share could change the way you see hydration forever. Did you know that by the time you actually feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated? Thirst is your body's emergency alarm, not its first signal. That means if you're waiting until you're thirsty to drink, you're constantly behind. This is why so many people walk around chronically dehydrated, never realizing how much better they could feel if they stayed ahead of the thirst curve. Imagine if you never had to deal with that mid-afternoon crash, that brain fog, or that sudden craving for sugar, all because you gave your body water before it even asked. So how do you put this into practice? The simplest way is to build hydration into your daily routine. Start your morning with a glass of water before coffee or tea. Carry a reusable bottle with you and take sips throughout the day instead of chugging large amounts at once. Eat more fruits and vegetables that have a high water content. And don't forget electrolytes, especially if you're sweating, exercising, or living in a hot climate. Electrolytes help your body actually absorb the water you drink instead of just flushing it out. Natural sources like coconut water, bananas, and leafy greens can make a huge difference. And here's something important. Hydration isn't just about today, it's about long-term health. Chronic dehydration is linked to kidney disease, heart problems, urinary tract infections, and even dementia. That's why developing good hydration habits now can protect you years into the future. It's not about drinking water once in a while. It's about creating a lifestyle where your body is never forced to run on empty. So let's bring everything together. The 9 signs of hidden dehydration we've explored: fatigue, brain fog, headaches, dry skin, mood swings, sugar cravings, kidney stress, unstable blood pressure, and confusion are not random issues. They are your body's language, its way of saying, "Help me." And the solution is within your control. With every glass of water you drink, you're not just quenching thirst, you're fueling your brain, protecting your heart, strengthening your muscles, and giving your body what it needs to thrive. And now, I want to leave you with a challenge. For the next 7 days, pay close attention to how much water you're drinking. Aim for consistency, not perfection. Track your intake, notice your energy, watch how your skin feels, and pay attention to your mood. You may be shocked at how quickly your body responds to proper hydration. And once you feel the difference, you'll never want to go back. Before you go, tell me in the comments, which of the 9 hidden signs of dehydration have you experienced in your own life? Did any of them surprise you? Your answer might inspire someone else to finally connect the dots and take hydration seriously. And if you found value in this, don't forget to hit the like button. Share this with a friend or family member who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more science-backed health tips that can change your life. Together, we can create a community that stays energized, strong, and thriving. Remember, Staying hydrated is more than a habit. It's a lifelong gift you give to yourself.